edition of Spartanville Spotlight. In this episode, we are focusing on communication. There have been a number of changes in the way the school district gets in touch with the Greenville community. There is a new website design, public display, and even the use of a variety of social medias. All of these are an effort to improve the district's messaging. We begin this episode with an interview of Superintendent Michael Bennett and his ideas and opinions about the changes in communication.
Hello, Mr. Bennett. We're here to ask you a few questions about communications. So, as superintendent, how important is communication by the district?
Yeah, so I think communication is a huge part of what we try to do in a district. And I think it's both internally with our students, our faculty and staff, but it's also with our community. I think Greenville has got a lot of wonderful things happening in the school system, but not everybody who is in the community are attached to the school. So as much as we can communicate out some of the things that we're doing that are positive with kids, some of the changes that are taking place, I think it goes a long way in helping to get buy-in to everybody. That whole idea of it takes a village to raise a child, and I think that's the approach communication can help play in that.
Do you have a vision for the future of communication by the district?
I think keep moving forward. I think one of the things that I don't want to overdo it. I think that's one of the things that we've got to be conscious of is sometimes too much communication drowns out the communication. So I want to make sure that as we move forward, we really start to have an idea.
The PBL meeting with Ms. Feist is now in the fax classroom. The PBL meeting with Ms. Feist is now in the fax classroom.
Example. Great communication right there. But again, I think making sure that we don't over communicate. I think that the different forms, take our snow days as an example. I have fun taking my 5 minutes of time to do that video. Sierra does a great job of getting it out. But I think it's important with that community piece is having the kids part of it, having our faculty and staff part of that communication. But at the same time, don't want to do that for everything. I think there's a time and a place for some of those things. So understanding as we continue to move forward to keep a pulse on how our community is receiving the communication and make sure that we're not flooding too much information out there.
Mm-hmm. Many people enjoy the short videos posted about the snow days or the holiday, like the Buddy the Elf video. Where do these ideas come from?
Well, I like to say that I'm the creative mind behind all this, but I'm really not. I think it's a collection of getting ideas from different folks, especially with the snow day videos. And that's really gained some popularity, and we're getting flooded with different ideas. So we'll take a look at how we can get them from ideas to actually, if we have any more snow days, to actually putting some stuff out there. The Buddy the Elf, I actually had gotten that outfit last year, and I wore it the day before Christmas with my previous district, and so I thought it would be a neat idea to do, and then it just kind of, nobody in the district knew I was doing that. Sierra just happened to catch me down at the elementary school, and the next thing you know, we're going through and we're saying hello to a lot of people, and I love the movie, and try not to take myself too serious sometimes. Job's serious enough, it's okay to have fun.
The main force behind many of the changes in messaging, especially digitally, is school communication specialist Sierra Pizzola. Ms. Pizzola explained some of the changes and new communication formats, as well as a recent outreach to parents.
What issues do most people, parents, students, and others typically have problems with?
Well, originally we had a lot of questions about trying to find things on the website, but we took a lot of parent and student faculty feedback and recreated the website to make it easier to use. So instead of having a million different drop downs and tabs, we have 4 basic sections of the website that you can find whatever you need.
What are you doing to improve communication between families in the classroom?
So one of the things that we started back in the fall was the bi-weekly curriculum communication. So every 2 weeks I collect information from teachers around the middle school and high school, and they tell me about what they've been teaching and what their students have been learning in the classroom. And I send that out to parents usually on Friday or Saturdays every 2 weeks, and they can also find it on the website.
Nice. How has the reaction been? What's the feedback?
I've had great feedback from it. A lot of parents and families have said that they enjoy reading it and talking to their kids because they have specific things that they can talk to them about. Instead of asking their student, what did you learn in school? And the student saying, I don't know, I didn't learn anything. They can actually say, in history class, I saw that you were learning about the Boston Tea Party. Tell me about that. So it helps with communication at home too.
What is Family Tech Night?
So Family Tech Night was an event we created to be a resource for families who need help with technology. So it originally started when we redid our website in December of 2022. And it's kind of a space where people can come in and ask questions that they need answers to. So if they need help with the website, with their Gmail, any social media help, things like that, kind of like the Apple Genius Bar for Greenville.
One way to improve communication for students is the recent addition of a student member to the Board of Education. Senior Hunter Smigel recently joined the board, and we talked with him about what he hopes to accomplish as a board member.
So today we're here with Hunter Smigel, the new student representative on the Board of Education. So why did you apply to be the student representative on the Board of Ed?
Yeah, that's a great question. I applied to be a student representative on the Board of Education. Mostly when I heard that the position opened, I thought it was a fantastic opportunity. And I figured no matter who applied or when they applied, why they applied, for whatever reason, it would be a great voice for the students. But I figured, take a shot at it and go for it. And it couldn't hurt to try and at least run. And when I heard I got the position, it was really a joyful experience, and I'm excited to be able to represent the students in such a capacity, something that hasn't really been done. I don't think we've had a student representative ever in our school, so it's going to be a really cool experience.
What do you hope to do as the student representative?
Sure, so I hope to do a few things as the student representative. Probably the first thing is if there's any concerns that students have, I hope that they can feel that they can come to me with any of these concerns and that I can present them to the board in that way, more like a direct line of communication to the board, so that students don't have to feel like they have to go and make a presentation to the board. While those may be cool experiences, they may be able to talk through one person, which is kind of nice.
And tell us about you being a state FFA officer and your recent visit to the Capitol.
Sure. So in FFA, the highest position in the state, or I guess state office you can get, is being a state line officer. And this past year, I was elected to the position of state vice president. And this last visit we did was probably one of my favorite experiences yet. We had about 130 members go up to Albany, and we had to stay in the Capitol. And we stayed, actually a hotel down the street from the Capitol, not in the Capitol, but we delivered leadership workshops, my team and I, about the legislative process, how the state government works, a little bit about the federal government, but most importantly, how we communicate with legislators and things like that. And on the second day, so on Tuesday, we got to send all of these members out with their advisors, and they got to go and talk to their state senators and assembly people. And we even got 2 resolutions that went through the Senate and the Assembly chambers, and that was pretty cool recognition there.
Congratulations again on your position.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Another way students have been involved in communication about the district is through local newspapers, like the Greenville Pioneer. Senior Nuala Capel recently did some writing for the Pioneer, and we asked her about it.
And I heard one of your articles got on the Greenville Pioneer. How does that make you feel?
I was really excited because I worked pretty hard on the article, so we were just excited that I was finally an actual published journalist.
Yeah, that must be so important to you considering you want to do this as at least a minor. What is the article about?
So it's about the FFA's annual greenery sale, which they do every year to raise money for their various activities. This was more of a startup article for me, just as my first one to get a feel for what I was doing, but I hope to write on more pressing matters in the future.
And what are those pressing matters to you?
I hope to write on inflation and maybe also in the future some discussion on the recent politics of the country, such as the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, it's very important that, we get things like that out there. Thank you so much for letting us interview you.
We asked some students about the new website and social media. Here's what we found out.
Have you seen the school's new district web design?
Not yet, but I plan on checking it out.
Very cool, very cool. And what kind of social media do you use?
Well, I don't do much social media, but I barely go on Discord. That's about it.
All right. And how do you learn about snow days and delays?
Gossip, like what the students tell me.
Have you seen the district's new web design?
Yes, I have.
What's your opinion on it?
It's pretty nice. A little hard to operate, though.
Yeah, some people have said that. What kind of social media do you use?
I do not use social media.
That's the second person who said that. Or is it the third? I can't remember. And how do you learn about snow days and delays?
Usually my mom tells me.
Same here. Or I just check my email a million times. I'm like, oh my God, please, for the love of God. A few more hours of sleep, please.
Yeah.
Have you seen the district's new web design?
I actually have. I went on the website yesterday.
What do you think about it? Is it good?
I think it's cool. I'm in one of the pictures, so I'm a little biased, but
Yeah. But it's very cool, though. Very cool. And what kind of social media do you use?
I think I'm on every single social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, all of them.
That is very impressive. Very impressive in my opinion. And how do you learn about snow days and delays?
Probably my mom, because she gets texted and called and checks the website like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the new district web design?
No, I have not.
No, I have not.
All right. Do you use any type of social media?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I use like a lot of the good platforms out there right now.
And what are those?
No.
Snapchat, TikTok,
Instagram, all those good stuff.
Very descriptive. And how do you learn about snow days and delays?
That we should not be having them. I know.
I learned about them on Instagram from our Greenville
Snapchat,
page.
everyone's posting
and
on their stories.
Mr. Bennett shows us his great video. Love you, Mr. Bennett.
Have you seen the new district website?
I've seen some of it, yes. I haven't fully explored it, but I have seen it.
And what's your opinion on it so far?
It looks pretty good, I think. It's not the worst from what I've seen. It's not the greatest website that I've ever seen, but it's good.
It's good. It's good. Yeah. And what kind of social media do you use?
Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. That's how I see a lot of the school posts and stuff like that. So Instagram mostly.
Very cool. And how do you learn about snow days and delays?
Either my mom or through the Instagram page, and then because I don't really have many people from our school on my Snapchat, so I don't really see it on that.
Yeah. Very cool. Have you seen the district's new web design?
I have not.
Okay then. What kind of social media do you use?
How do I answer that question?
Do you use Snapchat, things like that?
Yeah, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok,
All right then. And how do you learn about snow days and delays?
Usually I get some sort of email or phone call.
Communication in the middle school, high school buildings includes daily announcements produced entirely by the students of the Media Club, us. Here's a quick interview with the producers, myself, senior Liv Russo, and sophomore Layla Overbaugh.
What is your job with producing the morning announcements?
I do a few things. The first one that I do is I help write the high school script. So I'll take things from the daily bulletin that Ms. Tatum sends out or the email that we have, then I'll put it all into the script. And then the other thing that I do is I make a slideshow as well. So I'll take stuff from the script, put it into a slideshow format for the middle school and high school, and then that's what people actually the visual aspect of it for the morning announcements. And most days I also help kind of run the stream as well.
Cool, and what do you do?
So what I do is I do a little bit of the script writing along with Layla, and then I also am the coordinative producer. So it gets very hectic in the mornings for a lot of people, so I make sure that everybody's in the right place at the right time, and I also help create the schedules for when people are and aren't supposed to be in the room.
What other project are you involved in as part of the Media Club?
The one big actual project that I've done is I helped edit the middle school play recording that we did. But besides that, I help get a little bit of B-roll when I'm here to help edit when I can.
That sounds cool.
So what I do, so last year I was the co-host of the podcast we have called Spartanville. This year I am the only host of Spartanville Spotlight, and I do a lot of the writing for Spartanville Spotlight.
I've also done B-roll for the Capital Project along with Miss Pizzola. And then last year, my first big solo project was I went for the media club to record stuff for the Potter Hollow one-room schoolhouse. The fourth graders go to a field trip there every year, funded by the GEF. And so I ran some interviews and took a lot of B-roll there.
Fantastic.
Thanks again for joining us on Spartanville Spotlight. Make sure to look out for the next episode about music in our school as well. I'm Liv Russo, and have a great day, Greenville.